If you want us to be friends, then I need to know you're loyal to me, not that you're everywhere. And that's how it started. And she said she brought you up saying that you actually care about her and I don't really care about her. And I said, you don't even know what's real and what's fake. And we're still hugging. She's still hugging me. And that's why I said that.
Hey Bethans, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If today is the first time on my channel, please do what, hit the subscribe button before you leave. Also give this video a very big thumbs up right now or at the end if you enjoyed watching it. Okay guys, last night was all shades of settlement. For some reason, Messi had a conversation with Ike and they sort of trashed out their issues. And it turns out, from what Ike was explaining, it turns out that he wasn't particularly talking about her bomb or anything like that. According to Ike, he said that Angel actually heard a part of the conversation and just ran with it without even figuring out what exactly it was they were talking about and all of that. And so when he started explaining things to Messi, it had seemed like he was having a conversation with Ilebaye, and at some point during the conversation, Ilebaye mentioned Messi's name, and he's like, no, like he doesn't want any situation where they are talking and then she just suddenly mentions Messi's name, because for him, every little thing he does in the house and he mentions Messi, it's almost like he's out to get her and all of that, and that's not the idea, that's not his game plan, especially because both of them, him and Messi, they already had an agreement. They had a conversation and they agreed that, look, I will not come for you, you will not come for me, sort of thing. So he was basically telling Ilebaye that, and then Ilebaye was like, oh, that Messi is someone that she really likes, Messi cares about her, blah blah blah. And then he now told Ilebaye that the thing is, me and you, that's him and Ilebaye now, that they've been friends from outside the house, so you would never know what is real and what is fake. And that was the point where Angel had come out from the bathroom and just heard the whole fake and real thing and just ran with it, blah 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 blah. So Messi's like, okay, so why didn't you now clear it out and all? And he's like, well, she was already shouting. In fact, that he even made that comment and just left. That he was even surprised when Kidwaya was now telling him to come and apologize, which he actually did, because he came back there to apologize. And I know that even on the internet, some people were saying, oh, no, that's not what happened. He did not shade Messi's bomb or anything like that. That Angel actually misconstrued the whole idea of that conversation, blah blah blah. While some people were like, he said it. Now at this point here, I'm really not here to say, oh, Ike is right and Angel is wrong, because again, people heard different things and all of that. And I told you guys in my video that I heard when Angel and Ike were having the conversation, the back and forth, not necessarily the first part where Ike was the one talking, where he now probably said the whole fake Nash or real Nash thing. Because it's like, why would I even want to say something like that? Him and Messi, they really talked at length. And then Messi was like, well, if I hear something, just like Angel did, I will definitely take it up, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I'm not saying you guys should not talk or anything like that, but in this particular situation, Angel did not hear what I said. And so from there, they talked and talked. And, Ike was like, well, you are after me, blah, blah, blah. Messi was like, if to say we don't get this conversation, now your name be the first name I want to mention for nomination and all of that. But I just like the fact that both of them had that conversation. It was such a mature conversation. But the problem now is that Messi already told us that this boy, when he was staying in the house, he go shit, he no go flush toilet. Messi was that one to a lie, because now you don't cast the boy. That's the thing. When people are angry, I don't know why they feel like the best way to go about it is to start shading the person, start saying stuff about the person, things that happened, in a private space. I don't roll like that, okay? I mean, I might be pissed and I might want to say some things, but I would rather say them to you and not saying them to a third party. In fact, this case is not third party. Now, go to go, because now all of us now go hear that thing. Say the boy no dey flush, dey sabi flush if you go in toilet shit. Say now why she pursue am comot for her house. So now, how we want to resolve this issue? Because two of them don't talk now, don't settle this one. So this other one now, alpha. Now then my problem dey. But anyways, another conversation that was had was between Messi and Soma. You guys, I told you in the other video that Messi was really gunning for Soma, you must ship with my girl Angel, blah 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 blah. And then both of them talked about it, and she was like, well, that's what pissed her off was the fact that Soma was shouting at her. And then Soma was like, I was tipsy, and you too, you were tipsy. So both of us came at each other in a very wrong way, and she accepted that, oh yes, she was actually tipsy, blah blah blah. And she was like, but she was still maintaining her ground, though, that you must ship, that my ship must sail. The guy was asking her, which ship? He say her sheep, Soma and Angel, say he must sail, that she's the mother of sheep, blah blah blah, and any sheep where she carry for like that, say he must sail. I say, wahala, now you go tell me who I want enter sheep with. Mercy, relax. This whole mother hen thing that you're playing, sometimes it's just really out of place. Like, it is not in your position to tell me who to be in a ship with. The fact that Angel is your girl, no problem with that, but allow Soma do things in the way that he deems right. You cannot be the one telling him what to do and what not to do. Because even when they were having that conversation, she kept on emphasizing on the fact that the ship that she has said must sail, must sail. I'm like, okay, okay. Anyways, guys, away from that here, let's talk about nominations for a little bit. So Perry was having a conversation with Ike and T-Badge in one of the rooms, and they were like, oh, who should we nominate, who should we not nominate? At some point, Mercy's name came up, and then T-Badge was like, no, I'm not going to mention Mercy's name, I'm not going to nominate Mercy. And then Ike was like, why not? Like, he wanted to understand her reason. Is it that you don't want to win the money or something? And then she was like, oh, no, that she thinks that Mercy might win the money, and that if Mercy wins the money, she sure say she go chop inside the money. Perry at some point mentioned that he would like to nominate Cece because the way she's been behaving, and then T-Badge was like, yeah, and even the way Cece keeps going about saying, oh, that she will win this show, blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know. Ike told them that he cannot nominate Mercy because if he does that, it will definitely come off as, him still trying to get back at her and all of that. So for him, he's not going to nominate Mercy. And they're like, oh, maybe Ilebaye, and then all of them were like, oh yeah, that will be easier, blah, blah, blah. But what they do not know is that right now, they're not going in there to nominate who they think should leave. Instead, they are going in there to nominate who they think should stay. And like I told you guys yesterday, it would mean that a lot of them will start thinking differently. Like, okay, I might as well start leaving the people that I consider weaker housemates. I might as well consider them staying back so that I would have like a better chance at winning, blah, blah, blah. That is if they are smart too, because some of them now they can still enter there and start doing, oh, I want my friend to stay, I want my friend to stay, and all of that. Yeah. And I actually read through your comments. Some of you were like, well, that you actually like this whole jury, situation, but they have to be a panel of jury that have no zero, I don't know how people put it, but like just people who you feel like will come on the show and be honest about things, blah blah blah. And the people are like, I want to see V as one of the panels on that jury. Say people go come out, I see people. I don't know who this panel of juries will be, but on Sunday, like Ebuka mentioned, they would be on the live show, and of course we'll get to meet them. Okay, now moving away very quickly from that here, let's talk about Doyin and the conversation she was having with Cross. So apparently Cross had said something about, oh, that outside the house, you and Chizzy, you guys were an item or something like that. She's like, oh, no. Whenever an item, yes, the guy asked me out, but then I saw a lot of red flags, and so for me, I knew that it wasn't going to work. In fact, Chizzy came to me one day and was like, you know what, yes, I like you, I want to be with you, but then me changing who I am just to be with you would mean that I'm not being completely true to myself and all of that, and for that reason, it would not work. This one, but that yes, it's easy for people to say that they were dating and all because they spent a lot of time together, they were always hanging out, they were always doing this, they were always doing that. And like, okay. And then people were like on the internet, yeah, people were like, Doyin, you two they talk. Why do we have to know all these things about Chizzy? Must you come out and say, oh, they were red flags? Must you do this one? Your mouth is loose. I'm like, okay. I don't know how I feel about that, because if people have a conception of me and they think that I was dating somebody, well, maybe I would have just said, oh, we did not date. I mean, we were really close, but we did not date. I probably will not go into details, saying, oh, because the person had red flags. Like, I don't have to give you the reason, like, I don't owe you that, I might as well just say, oh, yeah, we didn't date. He asked me out, but, it didn't work out. And then when you say why, I'm like, you don't have to, like, I don't have to tell you that. But I guess Doyi felt the need to really shalaye and tell us that, there were a lot of red flags. But I really don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that it was necessary for her to now go into details and tell us, yeah, there were a lot of red flags, she saw a lot of things about the guy, this one? Or do you think she should have just ended it with, yes, we're really close, but we never dated, for some reasons, personal reasons? Like, let me know. Do you think there's anything wrong with that conversation she had with Cross? Okay, as we all know, today they will be having the nomination, and of course whatever happens, we'll definitely talk about it in another video. But make sure to like this particular video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button, and of course I would see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.